Hey, what is going on guys, Mamas and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, we're going to be going over the monthly manga reading log for the month of March. That is a lot of M's. Now hopefully you've been staying inside during this whole coronavirus outbreak, and I know I have. I've been doing schoolwork, but when I'm not doing that, I'm also reading lots of manga. So this month I've had a lot of opportunities to read and catch up on series that I've been meaning to get into, and I did that for a lot of series this month, just given the extra time that I had. This month I got the opportunity to experience some amazing stories, some new and some old that I've been continuing, and yeah, without further ado, let's get right into what I've read over the month of March. So the first thing I read over this month is Volume 1 of Buddha. Now you may have noticed the missing piece on the little Buddha backdrop here. I have all 8 hardcovers, and I've read the first one early this month, and this is the first Osamu Tezuka thing that I've ever read, period. Obviously, Osamu Tezuka, the godfather of manga, is just an absolutely legendary figure in the manga world, and this series is one of his most popular works, I believe. It's off to a very good start where I'm at right now. Definitely not used to the cartoony Tezuka style that he's known for, but I have to say, I thought that it would be kind of childish, but there's some very dark things that go on in this manga, and the storytelling so far is really good. It's pretty mature. The first volume ended at a pretty big turning point, and I won't spoil anything just in case you want to read this series, which I recommend so far. But yeah, I cannot wait to see where the second volume takes us with all of the characters as they go into different directions. The second series that I've been reading is One Punch Man. Now I finally caught up. I picked up all the volumes that I was missing, and I've read up to 19, which is up to date in the English physical releases. This is a top 5 manga for me, and that goes without saying that the art is insanely good, and the characters really shine through, especially the supporting cast in these volumes. It kind of goes away from Saitama, and he's doing his own thing, having his own existential crisis, but you get to see a lot of the supporting cast shine. One thing that I really like about One Punch is how almost all of the supporting like S-class and A-class heroes could probably be the protagonist given that they had their own story, just meaning that they're all pretty deep and interesting and really badass all around. Now I've read volumes 14 to 19 this month, and in these volumes you get to see a lot of character development for Garo, the hero hunter, and he's turning out to be a really interesting and deep character. Lots of things back into his past that you get to learn about in these volumes. And he has lots of confrontations with the heroes and the Monster Association, I think that's what they're called. He has a lot of confrontations with both of those sides in these volumes that I've read this month. Go check out One Punch Man if you haven't read it already. I think a lot of people know about this series, whether it be through the anime or the fantastic manga. But yeah, if you haven't read this series, definitely go give it a try, whether you're a seinen fan, shonen fan, or anything. This series definitely has something for you. So the next series I've been reading is Blam by Tsutomu Nihei. Now I got up to volume 6, and I must say this is a fantastic series. Tsutomu Nihei also wrote Knights of Sidonia, which I actually am doing a manga review of, and it's all ready to upload, should be up next week probably. After reading Knights of Sidonia, I just figured I had to pick up Blam because I really love Tsutomu Nihei's artwork and just the way he tells stories where it's organic and he doesn't give you everything right away. You have to fill it in yourself and really put yourself in the story. Not to mention the amazing dark and gritty artwork that Tsutomu Nihei brings to a lot of his series, and Blam is definitely no exception. I love how little dialogue there is in this manga. I'm not a huge fan of wordy manga, and I find with a manga like Blam where there's not a lot of dialogue, it really gives you the chance to put yourself in the story and just kind of focus on the environmental aspects and the immersive aspects that Tsutomu Nihei works into this manga. I'm finding Kili, the main protagonist, pictured on most of the volumes here, to be a really cool protagonist. Obviously he's a man of very few words. Now what Kili lacks in words, he makes up for in badass action, mostly with his gun that he has, which just blows things to shreds, even though it's a really small gun. Definitely one of my favorite manga protagonists so far, and yeah, I'm about halfway through the series, and I cannot wait to finish this off and do a manga review when I'm finished. The next thing I read this month is Sundome Volumes 1 to 8, the complete series, and this series is nothing like I've ever read before. I'm not a huge fan of like ecchi, sexual series, and while the series is definitely dominated by the sexual aspect of it, there's also lots of comedy and some darker underlying themes in this manga that I won't spoil, but it's not all about that surface level sexual thing that you might get from just looking at the cover. Now in this modern age of technology, TikTok, Twitter, the word simp has never held such meaning as it does in this manga. The main character doesn't have a lot of backbone, and he kind of lets this girl walk all over him, even though it's kind of a mutual relationship. She kind of blackmails him a bit. It's really hard to explain, but yeah, the main character might not be for everybody, as he kind of is a pushover and really simps over this girl super hard. But overall, I look past that and look to the other characters who are pretty likable, and overall had a great time reading this series this month. Now the next thing I read this month was Ganz. Now I've yet to finish the series, I have about 5 volumes left, but I read from volumes 24 to 32, so a good chunk, and once I get 33 and 37, I'll be able to read the series completely and have it all physically. Now we're in the final Doomsday arc, the catastrophe of Ganz, and I must say, the chaos in this is really enjoyable. The whole world is in danger from the aliens that are coming to Earth in this volume where I'm at, and yeah, all seems to be falling apart, but of course we have our heroic characters who hopefully will save everything on Earth and fight off these aliens. Really interesting. I love the art and the writing and the characters. Basically everything about Ganz I just can't rave enough about. My only gripe is how hard these volumes are to come across, especially the ones I need left, 33 and 37, like $50 each, and I'm gonna get them for a good price hopefully, but until I have those, I'm gonna have to hold off on Ganz for a bit until I can get them, but absolutely loving the story right now, and I cannot say enough good things about Ganz, especially this arc, just full of action and chaos. And the last series I've been reading this month is a new entry to my collection, that being Berserk. Now, this is a legendary manga, some hold it to the regard of the best manga of all time, and I've gotten to volume 16 in the manga, which is the beginning of the Conviction arc, so I've gotten past the Black Swordsman and the Golden Age arc and the Lost Children, which I think are all pretty strong. And yeah, my time has mainly been consumed with reading Berserk because I cannot get enough of it. Now I was contemplating doing a Golden Age arc review, which some people hold to the standard as the best arc in all of manga. I figured that I'd probably hold off until I've read more of the series, just to see how the quality dips off if it does, because it's really hard for a series to match the quality that the Golden Age arc brought. A lot of people say that the story kind of takes a dip after that arc, and I want to see for myself before making an opinion, so yeah, I'll do that, but I must say, what I've read so far, Berserk, is absolutely amazing. Definitely a top 10 series for me right now. This manga is very dark and gruesome and bloody with its action, so it's definitely not one I can recommend to everyone, but if you like that dark seinen and you just want to experience some good action and amazing storytelling and characters, definitely check out Berserk. So that's going to wrap up this month's monthly manga reading log. That's a real tongue twister, now that I'm saying that again. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos, and check out the social media links I've left for my Instagram and Twitter down in the description below. I'd love to have you go check me out on there, and yeah, we can grow closer as a community. So yeah, this has been the Prodigy. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.